Are you in the middle of a military relocation to Hawaii and don't know where you should live or even start to look? Aloha! I'm Jill Ward with Century 21 Island Homes, and welcome to another episode of Aloha O'ahu, where we talk about everything Oahu living. In this video, I'm going to walk you through some things you need to know about your military relocation to Hawaii, and specifically to the island of Oahu. Military personnel and their families relocate here and ask me, if I don't want to live in military housing, what are the best parts of the island to live on based upon where I am stationed? The first thing you need to identify is what military base you will be stationed at or near so that you can begin to look for housing in that area. Oahu has many bases for each of the services spread across the island. The central part of the southern coast of Oahu is home to multiple military bases. The major Navy and Air Force installation is called Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam, otherwise known by the acronym of JBPHH. This area also includes Camp Smith, which is a Marine Corps installation that houses the Indo-Pacific Command. If you are going to be transferring to the Army installations at Tripler or Fort Shafter, these are also in the same general area. If you are relocating to any of these bases, you have a lot of options for where you want to live, depending on your desired commute time or your lifestyle because of its central location. The closest area to live to these bases is Aiea and Pearl City. However, Mililani is only a short drive up the H2 and also has options for dining and shopping. If you prefer the windward side of Oahu, which includes the towns of Kailua and Kaneohe, this popular area is about a 20 to 25 minute drive on the H3 highway and is popular with many military members, but please keep in mind it tends to be on the pricier side. If you are looking for newer build homes and a slightly more suburban mainland feel, then the leeward areas of Ewa Beach and Kapolei are within a 30-minute drive to the west. Switching gears, if you're relocating to Schofield Barracks Army Base on the northern part of Oahu, then you need to be looking at some other different options. The closest areas to Schofield are Mililani and Wahiawa to the south and the town of Wailua to the north. You still have the option of living in Aiea or the leeward coast if you're willing to make that 25 or 30-minute commute. If you are PCSing to Marine Corps Base Kaneohe, then you will be wanting to focus on the windward side of the island in the towns of Kaneohe or Kailua. These areas offer easy access to the base and are very popular with personnel stationed at Marine Corps Base Kaneohe. With that being said, some military members are not afraid of a commute, and the island is not that large. Regardless if you're going to rent or to buy, getting started early on in the process is essential. If you are going to purchase, this is where a realtor comes into play. Depending on where you're coming from, you will have to get used to the housing costs. One thing I tell military members on my calls all the time is you're going to have to compare apples to apples. You cannot compare the cost of housing on Oahu to the cost of housing in North Carolina. Do yourself a favor and pull up that BAH calendar online to find out the amount you will be allotted here. Because our housing costs are so high, many decide to include their COLA into their budget for their off-base housing options. My advice is to outline a budget that you want to dedicate to your housing and go from there. Next, you need to decide how far of a commute you want to have from work. You want to find an area where you will both enjoy where you are living and for it not to be too far from the base where you will be working. Another big tip I give to my clients is use Google Maps. Because something is only 12 miles away on this island doesn't mean it's only going to be a 15-minute commute. My advice is plug into Google Maps the base you will be stationed at and then the area you are interested in living at the exact time you're going to be commuting. This way, you'll be able to see your commute and what it will look like in real time. For example, Ewa Beach to Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam is approximately 15 miles. If you are going to be commuting at 6:30 a.m., that drive time is about 50 minutes. Kailua to Joint Base is 20 miles, but less than 25 minutes at that time. Don't be fooled simply by the distance, as traffic patterns are very different depending on where you are coming from or going to each day. Once you have an idea where you want to live, it's time to have your realtor start to send you listings so you can get used to what's available on the market. I often work with clients for months before they are ready to transfer in order to set them up with updates on current listings. It is best to start looking as soon as your orders look fairly solid. This way, you can start to see what types of homes are available in the area in your price bracket. Starting this process early will allow you to adjust your search if you are not seeing any options that appeal to you. Once you have your orders, you may have the option of taking house hunting leave in order to explore your new location. This is not a mainland move, So depending on where you're coming from, this may be more difficult with the transfer to Hawaii due to the long travel times and high costs of travel. But I highly recommend it, and it's still a good option if you have the ability to make the trip. House hunting also serves as a great time to check out schools for your children if you have them, as well as seeing different housing options in different neighborhoods. And you can check out the commute for yourself. Well, I hope this video gave you some insight into how it works for military members who are relocating to the island of Oahu. If you have any additional questions, I would love to help you and help you find your next house right here on Oahu. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more information on living on the island of Oahu. Or you can check out my website at jillward808.com. Thank you for watching. I'm Jill Ward with Century 21 Island Homes. Aloha.